Hello, my name is Ozzie, and this is part 12 of my Metroid Prime series. In this episode, I am going on a bit of a detour. I kind of apologise for this. It wasn't intentional. I'm basically at this stage in the game now where I don't remember exactly what order you collect the upgrades in. So I'm kind of guessing and working it out as I go. There's a couple of different upgrades that I know are coming up. What I should be getting now is the gravity suit upgrade, which will allow me to sort of move through water without having to worry about water physics. What I end up doing though is getting myself far into watery territory and then having to backtrack my way all the way out because I hit a point where I can't continue, and you'll be seeing all of that. There's going to be a reasonable amount of sped up footage because the backtracking is obviously very boring. But as you can see, I've continued through from where I saved the game and headed up or down an elevator back to the town overworld, and I worked my way through the passage there that was full of the fairly basic enemies. Through here you just want to shoot the weeds to get them out of the way, and you can collect the missile expansion pack there. This part here, you are fine to go this way. Basically you just want to get back to the icy area, and you can take pretty much whatever path you want to get there. From here you would want to turn right and head out the exit that way. You can see there I'm making use of the ice beam I've just picked up to freeze these space pirates and then destroy them with a missile, so it's a much quicker way of destroying them. But if you head to the right in this room, it'll basically take you back to the very start of the game. It takes you back to where your ship is. Instead I decide to take a left and just dealing with a couple of space pirates down here. These ones are just sort of injured ones. They're like the ones at the start of the game, the tutorial area. And those two just fly off when you hit them. Because I froze them. I actually get to kill them. Normally you would enter this room from where I'm looking now. And as soon as these guys see you, they just fly away. But there you go. But down here on the right is actually the crashed wreckage of the spaceship or space station, whatever, that you start the game on. So it's actually crashed on the planet, and you enter it through here. There you go, just lost my way. But you go through this passage, and you get a doorway here that leads back into what would look somewhat familiar. When going through these areas, I like to try and work out what rooms they actually were at the start of the game. So this one I'm in now, I'm guessing was just like one of the elevator shafts or something like that, or possibly one of the large tunnels you go through during the escape sequence, but on its side, something like that. This here looks very much like one of those tunnels from the escape sequence. But this is all fairly linear. As you enter, the path doesn't branch much, and it's a lot of tunnels, there's only one way to go. Some defense turrets there that I forgot about, they caught me off guard. I switched my scan visor because I wasn't 100% sure if these were new turrets or the same as the original ones. They are the same as the original ones, and because of my efforts to scan them, you can see I took an absolute beating there. I'm down 2 energy tanks just from those 2 turrets. To get through this door, use your wave beam. I will just repeat again, this is me at the moment going completely the wrong way, so if you're going to play through the game, do yourself a favour, do not come this way, do not enter this wreckage at this point. New form of these little scarab beetle things. I'm not really sure why I'm shooting them. I could just run through them. they're all spaced out, so there's no good way of quickly dealing with them. But anyway, you can see here we're now entering the water, and I'm moving much slower. I can't jump anywhere near as high as normal. The water physics in this game are just really annoying to work with. And you'll see this is a very large room with a lot of vertical movement, which is fun with water physics. This new creature I just scanned, basically it keeps itself closed shut, and it's pretty much invulnerable in that state. When you get close to it, it opens up and sucks the whole area in around it, and that's basically how it damages you. But again, with these water physics and all the jumps you're trying to do, it can be quite annoying when they start pushing you around. So I jump all the way down to the bottom of this room, and what I think this room is the room where you had the first boss fight in the game. I sort of entered from above where I fought the boss, and now I've jumped down to an area below where I fought the boss. These tentacle things, if you shoot them enough they retract, and then I think after a while they sort of come back out. Again, I'm not really sure why I'm bothering to waste my time on them. I think I just forgot that they come back. So the one positive from this whole detour, if you do go this way and you do decide to waste a bunch of time like I have, you do get an energy tank out of it. At this point I'm walking around the room trying to work out how I'm supposed to get out. There is one other exit, which is over in this direction. You can see the little sort of map in the top right. There is a door over this way. But there is a lot of jumping involved in this room, and it's not worth the effort. So this is the main door. It'll look familiar from the very start of the game. It's inactive at the moment. There are 4 of the little... If you switch to the thermal visor, there are 4 of these things you have to shoot with the wave beam. And even as I'm going through now, I couldn't remember how many there were. There are actually 4 lights next to the door that light up, so it does make itself pretty obvious that there are 4. But I see these 3 immediately, and I think, yeah, I think that's it. And I'm looking back up at the door, and it doesn't really look active. I'm not really sure. I think I jump my way back up just to double check, but yes, there is still one more, I don't even know what to call them, sensor thing that I need to shoot, but there are the lights there on the right hand side, so it's quite obvious I've missed one. And even now I can't actually remember where it is until I find it in the recording I made. There we go, it's right down the bottom underneath me. So like I said, I'm not super familiar with this. I'm sort of approaching the mid to end game, and I've played through the start of this game heaps of times, so I know it really well, but I've never really played through I have played through the mid to end game a couple of times, but that's pretty much it, just a couple of times, and I don't remember everything. But now that that door is active, I can very slowly make my way back up. I'll probably speed this up. Here we go, once I get close, the door opens itself, and this brings me to the room that was previously before the boss room. So the little save room on the side here, this is the same save room. And then I'll continue through to the other side of this room, which takes us back to the sort of elevator, well, the elevator shaft that was like on an angle. Again, the door's disabled. You've got to shoot more of the sensor things. Might actually just be the one on this one. Oh no, there's 2. So this all being flooded and destroyed. There's an energy tank within the lift. If you scan the door, it actually tells you there's an energy tank inside, which is weird. You just shoot it open with a missile and you collect the tank. But this is the dead end. You cannot proceed through this room without the gravity suit, because you need to be able to jump up on top of the elevator, which you just cannot do without the gravity suit. Your jump is not high enough. And I think I try in vain, but there you go, progress hindered by liquid environment. The game is literally telling me I have come the wrong way and I am doing it wrong. And this is probably one of the more frustrating parts of the game for me, because now I know I need to backtrack all that way with water physics, and this room is a nightmare. I'm definitely going to speed this up now. At this point I just need to make my way back up this very large room, and with the water physics it is extremely frustrating. I fall a number of times, sometimes right at the very top of the room, and it just frustrates the hell out of me. I'm going to speed up this footage a whole bunch. Basically up until the point where I get out of the wreckage. Probably even further than that. Once you're outside the wreckage, you just need to cross that big open room I was in and get to the other side where I said it takes you back to your ship. And then I'm just going to keep going from there and make my way back to the icy area. I can't remember what it's called. It's something drifts. I always forget the something. But yeah, I mean that's the main point. You want to get back there, and I'm just going to speed up all the footage leading back to that location. So, having travelled through the Talon overworld and the Magmor caverns, I've now made my way back to the elevator that will take me back to the icy zone. Again, I apologise that this episode hasn't really contained much progress. It's just a lot of backtracking. Again, it's so not worth it for the energy tank that you can get. It was really just me going the wrong way and not realising. Normally I stop at a save room, but this time I'm just going to save at the elevator. That way, next episode we can just get straight into it. It'll be new areas and interesting stuff actually happening. I didn't save for a while just because nothing had really happened. But as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.